Bonjour and welcome to another exciting episode of Tiki Talka. That's Travis. I think I'm Joseph. And today, here's a quick little preview of what we're talking about today. Do you think Yamal is the Ballon d'Or winner this season, or should it be Harry Kane?
This is where the comparisons with Messi stop for me. Messi would have single-handedly got this Barca team over the line.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
He asked the coach, can I switch positions? Bro, you're not Ronaldo. You're not Messi. You're not one of these guys that have that repertoire to ask a coach to make a change.
He's probably the greatest tactical manager in the history of football. I just wish you would give him the respect that he deserves.
We went from Arsenal having the quadruple to them possibly not winning a single trophy at all.
What a way to just self-destruct, man. Them losing their first chance of silverware has just destroyed their entire mentality this season.
They were 9 points clear. This is the biggest bottle job in English football history.
If they bottle it, you have to sack Arteta.
If Spurs go down and Arsenal bottle it, they're done.
North London has to stop playing football, dude. You have to give it up right then and there. Say, all right, Chelsea, you are the team of London.
All right, guys. So as you can see, we're going over match week 33 recap. So we're going to be going over the Champions League results that have happened over this past week and also the Premier League. So why don't we start with the Champions League? Because I do feel like the Premier League is going to be one of the big talking points later. So we'll start with those fixtures. Were you able to catch any of the games, Joey?
Yes. Before I talk about the game I watched, dude, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? I told you Atletico Madrid has had Barca's number for 2 years, and they go through with another Barca red card.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I did not expect another red card.
Like, what are they thinking out there on the pitch, man?
And out of the two teams, you would think if anyone were to get a red, it would be Atleti.
Easily.
Not Barca.
Easily. And this wasn't, early on to the game. This was like the game, you need everyone on the pitch. And this was at like the 80th minute, I think. Like, you need everybody out there firing, basically on point. And Eric Garcia said, you know what? What if I just get a red right here? What if I just take the red card and put us down to 10 men when we're trying to hunt for a goal so we can't hunt for a goal anymore? I mean, it's genius footballing, honestly.
He made it a reason for why he doesn't start.
Yes, dude. But besides just a boneheaded red card, Barca dominated this game, dude. Barca just threw away a lot of good chances, man. Yamal's good. I'll say it. Yamal's very good at the game of football. But from what I can tell, it seemed Barcelona was just kind of trying to aura farm and say, look how cool we look on the road to this athletic comeback instead of actually making this comeback and beating Madrid over aggregate. Unfortunate for Barca, but hey, I was right for one.
Yeah, you were, man. I really thought Barca was going to take it. Like I said, Atleti hasn't been as defensively sound as they have been over the last decade that we've known them to be. And Barcelona's kind of expansive and open, so yes, counterattacks can get them. But I thought Barca could have done this, man. I think especially losing 2 in a row. That usually doesn't happen, 2 in a row to the same team. 2 goals wasn't enough, and I hear the shout on Yamal. I think he's great as well. But this is where the comparisons with Messi stop for me. Messi, if he was playing, would have single-handedly got this Barca team over the line. Yamal's not there. And he's still young. He still has time. But to say that he is better than Messi at this age, that's out the window for me.
I keep seeing this shout a lot, so I want to ask you this. Do you think Yamal is the Ballon d'Or winner this season, or should it be Harry Kane?
I'll give you 2 things. For me, the front runners are going to be Harry Kane and Michael Olise. But it really depends on how the World Cup goes. As you and I both know, it's not just domestic form, but it's also Champions League and international form. That counts, or trophies, I should say, that count. Somebody like Holland may never win it because Norway doesn't usually go win trophies on an international level or even make it to the tournament in some instances. So not that he can never win it, but it's a lot harder for him. So I think right now the front runner's got to be Kane. Yeah, that hurts me to say just because I think Kane, especially when it comes to Spurs and English fans, over the last 10 years, he's been great. But in my opinion, he's been a little overrated. But this season in particular, he's killing it. And yes, it is in the Bundesliga. But take nothing away, he's still bagging away goals in Champions League, and his record speaks for itself. I do think other people have fallen off, too.
Yeah. I
So
mean, there's not really anyone who's challenging him around the world. Dembele is not the same Dembele. You look in the Premier League, there's no one who's really worth even a shout. I've seen your people, seen Man United fans say that Bruno should be Ballon d'Or winner,
you saw one,
which
one
is
person.
no, I've seen multiple, dude. I've seen it
No,
multiple, bro. It just not to take anything away from Bruno, right? I think he's probably Player of the Year in the Premier League. I think that's pretty easy to say over Rice and anyone else. Holland fell off the face of the earth, and I think Bruno's one assist away from breaking the all-time single season record. So it's pretty good, but you can't play one round of both of your domestic cups and then not play any European football and be considered for the Ballon d'Or. I think that's pretty insane to think that a team that hasn't really shown itself. Carrick's had the Premier League. Carrick's literally just had the Premier League. He hasn't had 2 cups plus European football to worry about. And like I told you, like I told a Man United fan, I think it's pretty easy to have 1 good game a week. It gets really hard when you need to have 2 or 3 a week.
I second that. I wouldn't put him in the contention of top 3. No. Maybe he's top 15,
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, you can't just have the one game a week and be considered the best player in the world.
Yeah,
It
you
just
you you
that
have to play European football. You just can't get this thing and not play European football.
Yeah, and you can make a shot for Mbappe as well, but again, lack of trophies. They might go trophyless again. What was that, 2 years in a row
No,
if
it's
that's the
confirmed.
case.
Confirmed this year they can't win
Yeah.
anything else. They've been knocked out of everything.
Not unless Barca somehow crash out on the
It was a
league, but that's highly
glorious bottle
unlikely.
job.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Madrid, why don't we move on to their fixture next? They also had a red card playing against Bayern. They looked hot, man, right off the press, and then they ended up losing 4-3. Bayern with that comeback and kind of put Madrid in their place, man. You and I have a buddy who's a Bayern Munich fan, and I remember his first Champions League that he ever watched with us. He's a newer soccer fan, and he just hates Madrid because of that game, and he thought Bayern Munich was robbed back then. This was his sweet, sweet revenge, man.
The get back, dude.
Oh, yeah, he texted me immediately.
Yeah, man. I know he was happy. It's a good time to because yeah, he's sat through some pretty I don't want to say dark period for Bayern because you're still winning Bundesliga. But yeah, basically European dark times where you just look bad every single week. You gotta come out there and yeah, Madrid, Guler got that first goal. So nice. That kid's pretty good at football too. Then Pavlich just scores. Guler tries to get the second. Kane says, not today. Then Mbappe scoring. Then I thought I was like, all right, where's this game gonna go? We have to go to extras. It was that tight, man. And then Lucho, he comes from Baranacas. His name's Luis Diaz, but we call him Lucho. He gets the winner. Then Elise just says, yep, this is it. Just a knife in the back, bro. And then Camavinga with, oh my god, dude. He's good. I really like Camavinga. I highly rate him. But to get those 2 yellow cards for basically just being a shithead, it was just bad yellow cards to be getting. Just
Some people
bad,
are
and then
saying
you
this
get
is his
the red.
last game for as a Madrid player.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
Madrid's
think
wanted him out
so.
for 2 years. Madrid's wanted him out for a while.
He's good, dude, and he's versatile. I know he doesn't like to play left back, but he can. And with Madrid's injuries, he's too valuable of an asset. However, if they were to let him go, he has been linked to United. So it's not the worst place to go. I would take him there if he's going to go anywhere. Great. I'd probably actually rather have him at Milan, but hey, I'll take him at United as well.
It's very interesting where do you go from here? I saw he was linked to Liverpool a few weeks back and seen some reports of him maybe going back to France, but what big club really needs a 6, right? United I can think of for sure. No one's gonna touch Spurs with the 10-foot pole. If you wanna go to Italy, you're kinda just walking back to, I guess, League 2. How
League
old is Luka
Two?
Modric?
League Two?
How
Come
old is
on,
Luka
dude.
Modric?
No way. The disrespect. You're on
How
another
old is
level
Luka
right now.
Modric?
40.
And he's
41?
destroying Serie A.
He's also a legendary player, dude. But yes, I
Okay,
know what you mean.
okay,
But
our
League
favorite then, I'll bring him up.
Two?
Stop that, Scotty! Scott McTominay?
Yeah.
Dude,
Put him in
McTominay's
the
the
right
best player
spot.
in Serie A.
He was starting to tear it up at the end at United too.
Yeah, I think Mitame is definitely misprofiled at United, unfortunately for him. But I just don't know who needs a Camavinga. This feels like back when Madrid had the money to be buying people. They already had Tukanemi, so they kind of just bought Camavinga, so no one else who's an elite European side could have Camavinga. And now that he's sat through Madrid for think it's been about 3 years now. He's not really developed amazingly. He's still very good. But again, these clubs wanted him when he was at a young age where you can mold him to be somebody really amazing to fit your system. And now he's kind of just like a jack of all aces. He's a little of everything and not a lot of one thing. He's
He's
good.
good.
Yeah, but he's not great at one thing.
He has been plagued by injuries. That's the one thing I'll give him. But going to the Prem, I don't know if that's going to help.
Mm.
But the one good thing I would say that Madrid can walk away from, because I didn't even have them getting past City, so they made it this far. Whoop de doo. I don't think anybody really thought they would win the Champions League. But the one good thing they could walk away from is Arda Güler. 2 goals against Bayern. Like, he tore it up. He's this season, he has come into his own.
He
So,
showed Madrid that, like, hey, you need to play me. I'm good. I'm very
Turkish
good at
Messi,
this.
bro. That's his nickname. I didn't
Easy,
give him that nickname,
easy,
but
easy. I'm
he's
blaming
pretty
you for
damn
that
good.
nickname. It's too late.
All right, let's move to the other fixture. This one, kind of snooze fest. Sporting Arsenal, as we both thought was going to be kind of a dull match. So 0-0. Arsenal go through on aggregate 1-0. 180 minutes of football plus injury time and 1 goal.
Sorry, watching the Sporting Arsenal game. What did you say? Oh, we're talking about the Sporting Arsenal game. Dude, I can't believe I wasted 20 minutes watching this garbage football match, bro. This was trash to watch on my screen, man. You're Arsenal. You're leading the Premier League. Why are you setting up like you're playing prime MSN Barcelona?
2 things. You gave him 20 minutes? A whole 20 minutes? Second thing, dude, they beat Bodo Glimt. Sporting. If they're going to beat Bodo Glimt, you got to prepare.
You, dude, like every time Sporting got the ball, I was like, oh, come on, guys, just do something. It was just always they're just making the wrong pass. It's a little late. It's a little behind, or they're just taking a bad shot. It's mistakes where, let's say, Arsenal didn't have that goal that they were kind of gifted at the Sporting game. That game should have ended a draw. But if Sporting went into extra time 0-0, I think Sporting would have found that goal to win the game in extra time. Arsenal, the entire time I watched them play, dude, they didn't try to win a football match, man. They were just trying to set up. Let's hopefully they don't knock it past us where they beat us on the break because when you're an elite clubs do that to cannon fodder. Am I right? You don't want to get beaten on the counter as cannon fodder, so you want to set up to prevent that. Who am I talking about? Sporting or Arsenal? You don't know because they both set up that way. It's just like I don't even want to talk. I'm going to save their Premier League form, but like this just shows why they're not going to be European champions. This home leg of theirs shows why they will not be winning the Champions League. You set up like this at home to a club from Portugal. And by the way, you bought their best player and he sucks. Oh, I got nothing, dude.
Me neither, man. Like I said, snooze fest. Let's move on to the more interesting one, though. You and I actually had Liverpool going through on this one, but they'd fall 2-0 at home to PSG. Second year in a row, they get knocked out by PSG. I don't want to say what's going on. I think you've talked enough about what's actually happening at Liverpool, but I really did think that they would have done something back at home at Anfield, man. I know Ekatika got hurt. Such a
Yeah,
bummer. Not just for you and for the season, but for the player, like, with the
this is
World
the
Cup
World Cup.
coming up.
Yeah.
Sucks. We both got this fixture wrong, so PSG advance against Bayern.
I wish they didn't have to play each other because that'd be probably the most exciting final in the past 5 years of the Champions League, maybe.
This is the final.
Yeah, it quite literally is. PSG Munich is the probably most exciting Champions League fixture all year, or again, and however long it's been. I thought when we lost 2-0 at PSG, it could have been far worse, and we still maybe had a chance. Came back down 3 in Anfield before to score 4 to go win the Champions League, so it's not out of the realm of possibility. But as soon as TK went down, man, I was like, oh yeah, no, that's it. It doesn't matter how well we play. We're going to have to field Isaac for however long we can, and then we have no other attacking option. Like, he's not going to bring on Fetty. That's not happening. He hates Rio for whatever reason, and he's not going to bring on Morrison because he doesn't trust young kids. And so we don't have Kumis because Kumis is on loan. Dan's is just perpetually hurt. So let's see what happens. I mean, he gave him a fight. I won't say some of the best football I've seen them play, but it wasn't bad. That's the Liverpool side that you usually want to see out there. If it wasn't PSG, I think that Liverpool team's going to beat just about anybody.
You saw the effort. You saw
Yeah,
the passion. There's no denying. Even Verts, you could see he was just like, dude, I'm giving it my all. It's just
I'm
this
forcing the issue.
PSG this P
Force this through.
good.
Yeah, PSG is so, so good, dude. I've never disliked PSG. I mean, of course, they're always have that oil money tag attached to them, but their fans have always been pretty good. Players have always been professional. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks we're out, but I'm okay if it's PSG and PSG wins it again.
They're getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, like they did last year. And currently, I'm still where I've been whenever you've asked me on the boat. I'm still firmly asking for him to leave.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so let's move on to the Prem now. Arsenal, as of recording, this is a Monday. They're still sitting on top of the table. With that being said, they have City have a game in hand. But let's not start with those fixtures first. We'll start with those ones last. Fixtures, we won't go through all of them, but some of the big ones. The one I watched was United Chelsea. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that game. It was all right. It wasn't amazing, but it also wasn't a snooze fest. It did just look
Boring.
average,
Yeah.
little average. Yeah, Esteval going down real early into the game, Garnacho coming in. I don't know if you noticed this, but at one point in the game, Garnacho was playing on the right wing. He comes over all the way across the field to talk to Rossini and say, "Hey, can I play on the left?" And then him and João Neto switched. He said, "Yeah, go ahead." And he switched them. So I have a couple things that's just going through my head here. One, why wasn't that Rossinier's first instinct? If you got Garnacho's right-footed and you're having them both invert to take shots, why wouldn't you switch them right away? Why did you put them almost like as traditional wingers going down the ring and crossing it, but they weren't going to do that? So I'm like a little dumbfounded. Second, he asked the coach, "Can I switch positions?" Bro, you're not Ronaldo. You're not Messi. You're not Salah. You're not one of these guys that have that repertoire to ask a coach to make a change or just do it. Third thing, Rossinier let him. He didn't stick to
You
his guns,
fully said, "Sure, whatever you say. Whatever you say, dad. Yeah, I'll be a good boy."
which kills his credibility, kills his
He
stance.
has
If
no
I'm in lock,
credibility, dude. Yeah, he hasn't
he's
had any.
losing it in to the fans. But now I feel like, dude, the locker room's gonna look at him like, "Oh, I could just tell you where I want to play." That
They've
basically
been doing
means
it. They've been doing it for like 6 weeks.
I'm sure all the players think this, and most players throughout their careers probably think, "Okay, I might know better than the manager," right? But he
Yeah,
flat out said,
just
"Okay,"
say no, like,
basically
this
said,
is
"Yeah,
what
you
needs to happen.
do." I didn't think about that. Like,
Yeah.
what?
He's a professor, dude, the tactician, the mastermind, Rossinier.
Gotta
He's all of
respect the
these.
ball.
He's all of these things, man. He's the smartest guy of all time. He's probably the greatest tactical manager in the history of football. And I just wish you would give him the respect that he deserves.
Look, if Garnacho did do something, all right, give him a pass. But he didn't do anything. Dallo shut him down, and it's like, okay, not only did you play most of the game, you got to play in the position you wanted because you said, hey, this is going to be a better tactical move for us, and you didn't do anything.
He
Good
got
luck
shut down by
asking.
Diego Dallo.
I would say good luck asking again, but with Rosinner, he might let him do it again. I don't
He'd be
know.
like, "Yeah, sounds good." I mean, what I wanna talk about on this game, man, is that Cole Palmer, the guy who's supposed to be England's next great player, and he was never ever gonna be England's next great player. If they had half a brain, they would have done everything in their power to make sure Elise never changed his nationality to France, or they'd be putting their eggs in literally any other basket besides Cole Palmer.
Because of the Saka love, they would never let Elise usurp him from that position.
No way.
That's the sad part
Yes.
because I think Olise is much better than Saka.
He's
He's proving
far
it,
beyond Saga.
but according to English fans, they think Saka is the greatest thing since sliced bread, man.
Dude,
Nobody can
oh,
pass him.
I can't wait for Saka to go down the Ashley Young route and just become a fullback in the next year or 2. That's literally what's gonna happen to this
He
guy.
started as a fullback. He started as a left back.
I know, exactly, and, like, that's how I knew Saka until then, like, halfway through the year, that's when I found he started playing on the right, and like, "Oh, okay, alright, this guy can play up top too, good for him," and, like, I feel like Saka gets just a lot of smack because of his injury record, and whenever he does kinda have a stinker, he messes up, there's always just a magical injury that happens immediately afterward, whereas that's probably what affected his mistake or something to that effect, but he's been center stage for, what, 5, 6 years now, and he hasn't really gotten better than where he was 3 years ago. He's just kinda not actively gotten worse, but he hasn't gotten better, he hasn't improved, he's just kinda plateauing, and maybe his peak and his plateau is better than most people's peaks. Maybe this is the best Saka can be, and it's still pretty good. But have the starting right wing, right midfield position completely locked down the way he does is just mind.
I'll take it a step further. And I'm sure we'll dig into this when we get Arsenal fans. We have a couple Arsenal friends that are going to be joining on the podcast in the upcoming weeks. But people are talking about Salah being the greatest right winger that the Prem has ever seen. I know you think that. And a lot of people say Saka's just as good as Salah. And in my mind, I'm thinking, look, I'm not a fan of either team. But I think there's a clear winner here. Like, is it like to put them in the same level? Where's the trophies to back it up? Where's the stats to back it up? The carrying the team. This is the thing that gets me is that a lot of Arsenal fans say he carried Arsenal through the dark years, and I'm like, what?
You mean the
When?
2010s? Because the
When?
2020s haven't really been the dark years for you guys.
Exactly. I'm like, you guys in the 2010s were sitting eighth
You
since
guys are banking on
he's been playing the last
Ozil.
5 years. You
You
guys
guys
have
are
been
banking
like
on
fifth.
Ozil from pull you out of anywhere, dude. Yeah, do you remember when they were relying on Olivier Giroud and Alexis Sanchez to do all the great things for them? Like, those are Arsenal dark ages to me. Not the 2020s. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't agree. We'll save Arsenal. Regardless, good win for United. I don't say this solidifies their top four, but it does make a strong case. They're sitting, I think, on 58 points. They're tied with the team you're wearing,
I think
Villa.
top for sure.
But yeah, well, I think the EPL is probably going to get what, 5, maybe even 6 positions for the Champions League spots. So I think they'll get Champions League pretty easy. With that being said, Villa also won 4-3 against Sunderland. High scoring game, right? I didn't watch very much of this game at all, but good win for Villa. I'm glad that they're going to be pushing. I think Unai Emery and the players both deserve it. They've worked their asses off all year. Great to mix it up and break the monotony of the traditional top 6. I'm loving it, man. Let them have Champions League football.
Yes, I would normally be so much more on board with Villa getting European.
You still might.
No, we still might. We're only 3 points off of third. I guess who's in third place?
No,
United.
but if they're doing 5 spots, you're sitting in 5th. You're
Yeah,
sitting,
that's
dude. You guys
but
are
again, this is Liverpool in 2026. All right, let's get real.
correct, but right now, as it stands, you're 7 points clear of Chelsea. Even with slot, like I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, top 5 probably for sure. I'd like to get top 4, top 3 if we can, dude.
Whoa,
Just
stiff
take
arm.
3
Stiff
points
arm.
off of United real quick and easy in a little smash and grab operation.
Possibly.
I'm happy for Villa, man. They just keep coming and coming, and Emery has got a good thing going there, man. It was really funny that Ollie Watkins grabbed a brace. I know how much you love Ollie Watkins, so that made me smile. Tammy Abraham, dude, guy who I was just ripping apart not too long ago, gets the winner. So
Learn that at Milan, bro.
yeah, man, that's good for it's a great game, dude. 4-3. That's kind of what you want to see in a football match. Even on possession, that's probably the most fun game of the entire weekend. That's probably the game I should have watched, to be honest with you, instead of the games I
Yeah.
did watch.
And I know one you did watch, which is the next one we're going over. Liverpool, Everton, the Merseyside derby. You guys got 3 points, 2-1. Talk to me.
Guess who scored the first goal in the Hill Dixon Stadium during the Merseyside derby? And Salah. Oh my gosh, another. Guess who got the first derby win in the Hill Dixon Stadium? Liverpool Football Club. Hey, so I think maybe in another 30-ish years, Everton's going to give us that stadium. So that's ours now too. And then they can just go build a new one that's going to fall apart and they have to buy and name a dumb one. So yeah, man. Oh my God.
Slot in.
This game gave me so much. No. All right. Easy, bud. Easy, bud.
Got you 3 points.
Much anxiety with this game, man. But Salah goal and then Beto equalizing the second half. Like, all right. Fine. Then when Woodman had to come in, I was like, great. This game is over. We're on our third choice keeper. Perfect. And then I don't even know how to describe. He's like the most beautiful man on the planet Earth. He's so handsome. He's so cool. I wish I was as cool as him. I wish Van Dijk was my dad. Virgil van Dijk with the winner. Dunking on Tarkowski. I don't even care how do you pronounce his name, bro. Oh my God. Oh my days, what a game. Everyone played kind of okay. really, it wasn't the best game in the world, but it certainly wasn't everyone's worst. Ibu had a great game, a really good game, and this is the Ibu that we like to see. He's probably gonna re-sign that contract and stay.
Are you happy about that?
I'll take it, dude. I'd rather have Ibu stay than have to dip into the market and try to find a center half.
You need depth. There's no question. And you will have 2 center backs coming in, right? You
We have
have
Leone, who's
who's gonna
be
come back
back
from
in the summer, and
injury,
then Jeremy Jacquet, who should be back in the summer
and you
too.
probably need 1 more. So would you look for a depth signing or to replace Konate as a starter?
No, we keep Bubu and we still have Joe Gomez. We have Gomez for another year.
So no center back signings.
No, we've had I think 3 this season. Granted, 2 of them were on like the U19s of their country, so like they're 17, 18. So I
So
guess
you're
you
gonna
don't
roll with Van Dijk and Konate again next year? That's what
that's
you
the
would do
plan,
for
dude,
okay.
unless Leone moved me in his cameo, man. So unless it's gonna be Van Dyke Leone, I don't know who else it'll be. I
Okay.
mean, I would like Schlotterbeck, but that's gonna take a pretty penny to get him out of Dortmund now, and I don't know if I wanna go through another year of someone from Germany needing to get back up to speed to how the Premier League is, and when Ibu's on, he's on, dude, and you're not getting past him. It's just unfortunate that this year he had a lot of days where he was just watching anime far too late into the evening.
If you guys go to 5 at the back with the wingbacks, I think you'll pick up 1 more center back, maybe Schlotterbeck. It
Yeah,
really depends.
yeah,
I'm convinced that's the direction you're going, man, especially with Xavi, if you
yeah,
can.
I mean, maybe. If I knew what our system was, maybe I'd be more inclined to fight with you or agree with you on this, but I still don't even know what our system is, so if it gets us winning football matches, I don't care what happens, man. Just start
Yeah.
winning games.
Well, what a good, game for both Salah and Van Dijk to score. It's the Merseyside derby. It's where you want your biggest personalities to shine and show, and for those 2 who have had a really struggling season by their normal standards, to show up in here and win the game for you guys is against a good Everton squad. This is not like Everton of the
Yeah, it's
last
not the
5
worst Everton
years.
side ever, yeah.
They're doing pretty well under Moyes, so props to you guys.
Yeah, man, I mean, Van Dijk's first goal, Merseyside derby, his latest goal, Merseyside derby. Oh my god, I love you, Virgil.
Hey, his knee's still intact this time, right?
Yeah, dude, that T-Rex arm, mother effer.
All right. Now let's move to the next one, which is probably the saddest fixture of the weekend, the most depressing one that just let all the air out of your tires. And if you can't guess which one I'm talking about, of course, Spurs Brighton. My gosh. Everybody knows that Spurs already dropped to 18th into the relegation fight. They were winning for most of this match. For you guys that saw it, there's great images. They ended up tying 2-2, and in the 95th minute, Rudder scores for Brighton. Oh man, like I said, go check images of the game. Not necessarily just at this last time, but Xavi Simmons looked frustrated, and that's
He
an
just looked
understatement.
lost, man. He looks
Defeated.
so sad.
So they all look defeated. Like I said, all the air just came out of their tires. It was just so depressing. It's like, what are you gonna do? And I don't know about Deserby, like if he's really like, hey, dude, it's not my fault. Like if I win or if I lose, like I'm getting paid either way. I'm trying to do what I can, but you're giving me a couple games to pull you out of this hot
Yeah, to
mess.
fix this.
So I don't think it's really weighing on him just yet, from what I'm seeing. But the players are too good to go down. I don't think anybody can argue that.
100%. Yeah, dude. What made me smile before this match started, I think I saw it on the Friday before. De Zerbi's first game in charge of Brighton. Do you wanna know who he played? Tottenham Hotspur. Lost. First game in charge of Tottenham takes on Brighton. They didn't lose, but it sure does feel like a loss, man. I told you I really rated Simmons. I really thought Xavi Simmons was gonna be a world beater potentially. Not in like a year or 2, but, very soon. But yeah, man, he just
He
has
still
not
can be.
he still has not caught up to the Premier League at all. I don't know if that's down to this Spurs team just being so horrific or if he's just not up for it. But Spurs are gonna Spurs. I wish I could like have good nice things to say about the Spurs side and like maybe talk up Brighton's more. Fabian Hutzler has done great work at Brighton this season. He's done a fantastic job. I think Brighton is pretty okay with not really competing for European spots. If they get it, great, but they're really happy being here in the Prem, and they're a good Prem team. If you don't respect them, they will just take 3 points off of you. They'll rip you apart. But they're not that good. They're not good to where a Big Six side should be struggling an entire match for it. Spurs goes down. Dang, dude, that sucks. We'll take Archie Gray over here at Liverpool. We'll take Archie Gray for sure. But yeah, man, it's
That squad will be picked apart easily
yeah.
if they go down.
They're gonna get scavenged, dude. Before we move on to the big game of the weekend, I want to talk about this Newcastle Bournemouth game because watched all 90 minutes of this game, and man, was this such a fun football game to watch, dude. And
Areola is a beast with that team, man.
Ariola's got it figured out there, dude. And every time it looks like Howe has got his feet under him during the week or in a game, it's just the rug gets pulled right out from him again, dude. The Tavernier goal, that was just pure effort to get that one in. They were just in the right place, right time, worked hard. Osua's goal, so nice. So nice for the equalizer. And then you could just see it coming in the last 15 minutes. You're like, yeah, they're gonna just give this away, man. It didn't look like they were gonna really hold on to this. And yeah, man, it was great. It was nice passing for the second goal too. And yeah, they just popped it in. Ramsdale's kind of a freaking joke, which sucks because he was pretty respected a few years ago. People really wanted Ramsdale, but he's not a very good keeper. I can't believe Newcastle spent money on Anthony Alinga. It blows my mind every single time watch him play football. It's crazy. I think Tavernier, Krupi, and Sensi are not at Bournemouth next season.
It's completely possible, especially now with the news I'm sure you heard already. This is Areola's last season at Bournemouth. He's rumored to go back to Spain. I don't know if he will. He might, unless a big six club comes calling. For me, the jury's still out on United just because I think Carrick's done an amazing job, but it's hard to turn down some of these people that are coming. Like if you have Areola coming in, Unai Emery or somebody like that, it's hard to say no. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, those players can leave. I mean, they lost what 3 out of the back 4 last season,
Yeah.
and look what he's done. He's rebuilt it. They're pushing for Europe, dude. They're in 8th. They're pushing for Europe, and even if he gets them in there, he's like, I'm already out. Marco Rose will take over.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Man, all right. Now let's hit to the big game of the weekend: City versus Arsenal. As we said, as it stands right now, Arsenal are up by 3 points, but City have a game in hand. Many people are saying this was the make or break. Whoever wins this weekend wins it all. Reason being is because City have to play Burnley, I think on Wednesday, which Burnley's second to last place, or 19th. Most likely, they're going to win that match, which takes them on goal difference in first above Arsenal. So a couple months ago, we went from Arsenal having the quadruple to them possibly not winning a single trophy at all.
We
Some
went
people,
from a few weeks ago saying that this is Arsenal's league. Like, no one's going to challenge them.
they were 9 points clear. So I understand why people have said it. Even I was like, it's Arsenal's to lose. And some people are saying that this is the biggest bottle job in English football history. What are your thoughts
I mean, you can't call it a bottle job until
until it happens?
someone overtakes them. Yeah, until City, let's say City gets their 3 points and they go clear, right? Then now we talk about bottling. But my days, what a way to just self-destruct, man. It just happened after that Carabao game, man. That's literally where it all stemmed from. Them losing their first chance of silverware, I think, has just destroyed their entire mentality this season. Because they for sure went in this whole year, and I'm sure the god that is Arteta, the footballing genius, said, "We're gonna win all 4 trophies this year." Like, I'm gonna do some manifestation BS where we're gonna go talk to, a witch doctor, and he's gonna ensure that we win 4 titles this year.
You
And
see the
then,
practice where they were holding pencils?
yeah, dude, like, what, what, what are we doing? He started a fire. Did you hear this? He started a fire at
I
their
did.
training pitch the week before the City game.
I'm all for doing different ideas, but some of
Yeah,
these
but
are
not to
just
act
too
like a
too too
freaking like
oblivious.
drug addict in the streets of LA, dude. I'm like,
Yeah,
what? Like,
it's
why
wild,
are you
man.
starting fires in this multi-million-dollar facility?
Some of them are too abstract for my liking. I'm not very abstract in that sense. The one thing I will give Arsenal is that they didn't come and park the bus, which
No,
it was a lot of people thought they were going to do, and they would have probably got a lot more shit if that's what actually happened. So they set up to win. Fine. I'm cool with that. City's on a roll. They're really hard to stop once the ball's rolling, especially during the latter half of the season. Arsenal don't have the mentality as shown over the years because City have
Done it a few times.
perpetual winner. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna have that mentality. But the one thing I thought was interesting was that when push came to shove, guess who started up top for Arsenal? Havertz,
Mhm.
not their, what was it, 50, $70 million signing
A
in
good breakthrough,
Gyökeres.
isn't he?
That kind of goes to show if I were a Gyökeres, that would tell me my manager has no faith. He doesn't think I am the striker to win this game. And over the past how many years, Arsenal fans have been saying we need that number 9 to win, and he still doesn't play him. Waste of money?
I think that's a little too early to call a waste of money. I think he's definitely not worth the money he's been paid. You can't say he's a waste because he's bagged for them on a good clip. I think if he's at a Nunes price tag of 70 something million, then maybe you can start really talking about, okay, what do we do with this money here? But I still wouldn't really call Nunes a waste of money either at the end of the day. He's not who Arsenal thought he was. I can say that for sure.
Absolutely.
These Arsenal fans thought he was easily in the top 3, top 5 best strikers in the world, and he's not. He never was. No one on the planet Earth thought he was, even at Sporting. But for some reason, only Arsenal fans thought he was the best striker in the world, and I think it's because every other 9 on planet Earth said, "Nah, we're not coming here." They got Gabriel Jesus, man. To say that you needed a 9, that's just that's just looking for excuses because Gabriel Jesus is a pretty good 9. He's not Holland level, he's not Aguero level, but he's a good 9.
He is, but he's always injured. But I will say, even you brought up the Nunez thing, man. Nunez to me was consistently in more dangerous positions as a 9 than Gyökeres. So although you didn't bag him and put him in the back of the net all the time, that in itself is dangerous. You're
That's what you need
distracting
to do.
the
That's your job as
defender.
a 9 to be in dangerous areas and you can convert at any time, right? And every time Gyökeres has the ball, you're like, "Okay, so he's gonna lose this at some point. I'm just gonna wait for him to lose this ball." And he will, or you put a body into him, he's not really sure what to do. It's so weird. He's strong and he's fast, but whenever it comes time for someone to challenge him, he's just neither one of those things. I don't know if he's just trying to catch up to the league, like I've said for a few other people, but this doesn't feel like he's trying to catch up to the league. It just seems like he mentally cannot handle this step up. He can't. He's been in the Prem before. He's played in England before, and he's left in disaster every single time. Maybe I'm being harsh, but he's been here. He's been in England, and he hasn't done well at all. So why spend all that money on him to think that he's just gonna come good out of nowhere?
I'll still give him a second season. I'm not. I don't like judging people off one, especially new team, new country. I know he's played in it before. It wasn't. He didn't play well in there before. So when you're coming from a place where you're playing well, but it's a different system, different climate, all that stuff. I think I'm gonna give him another year. After 2 full seasons, you gotta see something. Don't expect him to be on fire or the leading scorer, but gotta be able to see something. I haven't quite seen it yet.
I haven't seen it, dude. He should. It was good of him, I guess, to reject Spurs. It's not like he's going to be going down now, right? But it doesn't seem like it was still a good move of his on his end to make at all.
I think Arsenal are close. They may not win it this year, but they're pushing. They're knocking at the door, and I think over the next X amount of years, they might push them over the line. It may not be Arteta. It might be
Yeah,
Areola.
I think they will. Their team's too good to go trophyless, not trophyless, but go premless. It's far, far too good. It's nothing like the Gerrard sides when it was basically Stevie G trying to figure it all out with a lot of halfway decent guys on the pitch. Like this team is going to win a Premier League at some point. But yeah, like you said, I don't think it's going to be with Arteta because he's won one FA Cup with 0 fans in the stadiums. That's starting to get questioned, dude. Like that's seriously starting to get questioned. Like, okay, so it's weird that you were successful when no one was here, and now that the people are here, you can't seem to do anything. Like, what's going on here, man? Here's my hot take. You ready for the hot take? If they bottle it, you have to sack Arteta because he's shown you 4 years in a row now exactly who he is, and he's not somebody who's built to take you over the line. There's coaches like that. It's just what it is.
I think one of our first recordings, you said something like that, and I was like, "Nah, dude, no, look who he's competing against. Look at Liverpool. Look who you guys just bought, right?" But looking at it now, they were 9 points clear at one point. Going for the quadruple. I know it was a little bit early, but still, you were just a couple weeks ago, 6, 9 points clear. Yeah, this is a major bottle job, and you're dropping the ball so heavily. There has to be consequences, and heads have to roll at that point. And you've had more than enough time to win just an FA Cup. So, yes, thank you for all you've done. You got them to that point. But I do think it's going to take somebody else to push them over. Because how many more phases do you need?
Yeah, how much more tweaking and tuning? How many more center backs do we need, Mikel? How many
More
more?
nines. They're going to keep buying nines. Like, there's not, I'm sorry, but Holland's taken. Other than him, Mbappe's taken. Like, who are you looking for? Because they might
You don't
not be
need the
out there.
9, though. I really don't think you need the 9. I think Havertz does a good enough job playing that 9 position. He's not a true 9, but I think he's a very solid false 9 or someone who plays in a high 10 role. I think Havertz is very, very good at that, and he has the track record of being good at doing that. But when Kai Havertz is still your number one choice to play in your 9 position, it's the manager at that point. Because maybe I can blame the scouting department saying, hey, I need someone who fits this profile that can do X, Y, and Z. And say, okay, we're going to get you Wilfred Bonny and not anyone who you asked for at all. It's like, okay, great. Awesome. So when we suck, that's on you guys. I'm sure Arteta has the respect and commands that whole side of London. He told them exactly, I want X, Y, and Z people who fit this profile. And they've gotten those people. Look at their entire back line. They basically look like the same person, just from different countries. And their midfield. 2 of them were Spanish, just deep line playmakers. And then you just have Rice, who's the 10-6, 7-8 hybrid, who's the best in the world, quote unquote. Saka, who can't really beat his man anymore. He's pretty good at passing the ball, but he's not really taking anyone on. Then on the left, you have Martinelli.
Trossard? Eze?
Yeah, and they're not bad. They're not the worst, but I think all of these guys fit the exact profile. Mikel said, I want someone who does this, who does this, who does this, and can do this. And they've gotten that from him. And he's still here saying, oh, no, we're like, you see how this light bulb, how it doesn't turn on without power, but when I hold it in my hand, it gives it power because that's the spirit of teamwork. You can give all those bullshit talks you want, dude, but at a certain time, like, it's got to end. You need to win or you're gone. And like I just said, dude, if he doesn't win anything this year, which it's starting to look like, he has to go.
Yeah, especially not competing against a Klopp and a weakened City side, not City of old. There's got to be consequence. So I might be with you on that one.
Not even a good Chelsea.
Yeah. So final thoughts before we wrap up. If you just had to do an early prediction, who's going to take the league?
Who's going to take the league?
Who's taking it?
City Pool till I die, baby. City Pool, let's go.
So you're taking City. All right.
City Pool.
No, yeah, for this season, you're taking City?
Yeah, this season
Cool.
taking City.
Same.
Yeah, I want City, dude. If this bottle job happens, oh my gosh, I'm going off in that group chat on Trey. I'm going crazy.
Dude, I think people would be laughing at North London fans in general if Spurs go down and Arsenal bottle it.
Oh my.
They're done.
North London has to stop playing football, dude. You have to give it up right then and there. Say, all right, Chelsea, you are the team of London. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Hey.
All right, guys, that's all we have time for today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit that notification button. That way you don't miss an episode. We'll see you on the next video.
Latest.